Hey, this is Module 7. We're going to talk about value stream mapping in this module. So our objectives for this session, and it's going to be several videos, apply the concepts presented in this course to the operating environments in which you work, regardless of industry or in your community. So we want to be able to apply what we learn. We need to be able to analyze processes, specifically to identify problems and develop creative and innovative solutions to improve the performance of those processes. We want to be able to communicate the impact of a problem or a system. We want to differentiate the different timing terms that we're going to talk about. So we're talking about cycle time, process time, lead times. All these different things can get really jumbled and really confusing. So we're going to try to clarify those a little bit. To be honest, I'm not sure it's going to help. Calculate the takt time for a system. That's one of the most important things I want you to be able to do is really understand how to calculate that takt time and use it to evaluate process steps. Takt time is not something we're going to measure. It's going to be something we use to measure against. Other objectives include to compile a current state value stream map, analyze processes within that value stream, collect process data, and identify problems on that value stream map. So let's get started. For the flow of the whole module, we're going to start with where does value stream mapping fit into the overall system. We're going to talk about defining the value stream management, and value stream mapping. We'll talk about symbols for value stream mapping, major components of a value stream map, scoping and decomposition of value streams, and finally techniques for mapping that current state. There might be several videos in the techniques piece. Just be ready. So let's start off with where does value stream mapping fit into the overall lean system. Now, a couple of modules ago, you may be familiar with the lean house, the leader science framework that we put together, and this is the partially constructed version of that because value stream mapping and management fits into this area, just along with the lean work system and the Jidoka management system, part of this system that allows us to manage what's going on, support all these different systems, stop and fix things when we need to, build improved quality, maintain visual control. All of these things are all part of this value stream management work system. Value stream management means we're going to first organize our work into product families. We're going to align those processes to deliver products and services to customers without any delays, without any backflows, and without any defects, ideally. And then we're going to manage resources according to those value streams as well, dedicating as many supporting assets to the value stream as we can. So it's not just here's our product flow or here's our service delivery. It's every piece of the business that supports satisfying that set of customers is included in value stream management. Some of the goals: build effective measurement systems around product families, taking into consideration all those supporting functions I mentioned. To understand current state systems, develop a fully integrated operating strategy, then develop some transformation plans that support that strategy and create an effective tool to communicate those plans to the team, your clients, your customers, your suppliers, whoever needs to know. What we really want to do is we want to use this as part of an overall transformation strategy. And the first thing we need before we begin any transformations, we need to have some degree of alignment. We need to have complete alignment among the leaders of the organization. So everybody has to say, yes, we need to take this step forward. You might not know what to start with, but that's what we're going to do next. Because after that alignment, we're going to define the scope of the change, and we're going to build a current state so we can understand the current state as it is now. Once we have the current state identified, the map completely done, all the problems identified, then we're going to build a future state. Now, you have to understand that the future state is something we think our way to. It's not necessarily something we work our way to. We will work our way to an improved version of where we are now, but we want to have this intellectual challenge to envision a future state that maybe we're not capable of having right now. Maybe we don't have all the technology we need. Maybe we don't have the maturity of the systems that we need, but we still want to be able to see what should actually be happening in a perfect world. From that value stream, from that future state value stream, map, then we develop a specific transformation plan, step one, step two, step three, to actually achieve that future state. And we're going to execute that plan through a series of what my consulting colleagues and I used to call a learning and improvement focused transformation event. So that's a lift event, learning and improvement focused transformation. A lot of people call them Kaizen events. Some people call them Kaizen blitzes. Some people call them action workouts. Whatever it takes, they can be from 1 day to 5 days to 14 days long, but they are concentrated efforts to execute a step of that transformation plan to fully transform a piece of that complete current state map. But that won't be finished then, because then we have little process improvements that are going to kind of close the gap between where we end on the lift event and where we get to the future state. And of course, then once we achieve the future state, that becomes the current state, and we just kind of got to do it again because times they are a changing. Next up, we'll talk about value stream definitions.